Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going over Q2 of the recent Leetcode weekly contest 208. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, and it looks like today is my lucky day. So maximum profit of operating a Centennial reel. So this one for me was just simulation. I don't understand. I thought this problem could be trickier, but I don't know if maybe there's some Python restriction or something, because if you look at I took 6 minutes because it was a lot of reading, and a lot of people took more with more wrong answers. I don't know why that is, to be honest. But basically, it's just simulation. I think the key thing to know about this problem is that noticing that n is 10 to the fifth, and customer is equal to 50, right? That means you can have 5 times 10 to the 6, and then if you divide that by 4, that's, roughly, it's like less than a million or so forth, right? I actually even had this Q thing where I'll explain it for a second. So basically what I did was simulation, right? So it kind of reminds me of the carpool problem, except for it's just one at a time. And it's simulation because it's always greedy. It's always greedy. So yeah, so I actually had this queue thing, which I don't really use. I thought that I had to keep track of who's getting on and getting off, but it doesn't matter because every time someone could get off, everyone gets off, so you always put 4 people in. So the idea is that, okay, this is current is the number of people on the queue online waiting to play this reel. So getting on is at most 4 people, so we take the 4, the current, and everyone else is still on queue. I did this thing, it's not necessary because I thought it might be. Then the current running profit is just the boarding cost times the number of people getting on, minus the running cost for spinning it once. And then the current people, we minus the getting on. And then, because this is the running profit, and looking at the problem examples, explanations, they give you that, because instead of and you could keep track of these things, but because once you stop at a certain time, you can stop the entire ride, right? So that means that here you can take the profit at $4 or even $12 or $16, right? So from that, I can do this loop where, okay, I check the best index, and if the profit is better than the best profit, I take the best index, right? And then the only thing that I had to do afterwards is, well, what happens if you still have customers? And it's a good thing that I think even the first example was that, okay, you have to wait for the third slot, so you have to, take care of it. So basically that's what I do now, right? So I just simulate for the rest of it. While the line has more than 0 people, I do this math, which is the same as before, as you can see, and I just keep track of the time. And you can actually reduce this to a formula. I actually worried a little bit that this was going to get TLE, time limited, because I'm doing the dumb thing where if you do the formula, obviously it's just all 1. But it was fast enough, so I was very lucky. Sometimes better lucky than good, and when you go for a win, sometimes you definitely need to be better to be lucky, at least for me. Anyway, that's all I have for this problem. This is linear kind of, but maybe not. It's linear in that each one can only contribute 4 times or like 46 number of extra customers. So this loop can do at most 10 times n, if you want to count it that. It's a little bit hand wavy. It's like 11 times n or something like that, but it's still linear kind of, so it's good enough for me. Space is technically actually all of 1, so linear time, linear space. Let me know what you think about this problem. How did you do it? A lot of people have trouble with this one, so don't feel so bad about it. And I think a lot of it's just reading. Let me know how you do. And now you could see me solve this problem live during the contest now. So yeah, this one was just really a lot of reading. Yeah, I mean, you could see me reading right now. I'm enjoying it. Reading is fundamental, fundamentally long. But yeah, I think the first thing that this problem reminded me was carpooling, which is just like a scan line type thing, except for circular. I think I've been really bad lately where I skip to the problem a lot, where I keep on missing some key points. So I actually deliberately took a long time to read this problem, and I think if you count it up, I spent like a whole minute reading this, which is longer than a typical Leetcode problem. But and then I'm just looking at the solutions, and I'm like, okay, or not solutions, the explanations, the examples, and I was like, okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah. And I'm still like trying to think, is it just greedy? I think at this point I thought it was just greedy, but I wasn't sure because I was like, that seems a little bit too easy, but we have to figure out how to handle it. And I kind of missed one detail while I was thinking about this, which is the leftover people that are on queue. But otherwise I thought, oh, I could just simulate this. This is not that bad, right? And I thought that, and this is actually not necessary, but I thought that I needed the queue to keep track of how many people are in each of the 4 booths of the big wheel, but it turns out to be not necessary. But at the time, I thought maybe I had to keep track of it. But yeah, basically now this current is just literally how many people are online waiting to play the wheel or go up the wheel. And I do a lot of reading. I end up spending 6 minutes on this problem, which is I thought long, but seems like a lot of people also did a lot. Spend a lot of time on this problem. Well, not a lot, but like for Q2, I think, against the top people in the world, it's a little bit, But yeah, but basically now I put it into the queue because I thought I still need it. But now I just have a getting on variable, which the naming is really bad for me. I've been having poor naming choices for a while, but that's that's just me. But yeah, I thought this is all I need, right? Which is we keep a running profit, which is the key part of this problem. It's just that you don't have to calculate everyone from scratch. You just keep the profit of people getting on, and then minus the running cost of each loop, or not even loop, but partial loop, once partial spin, if you will. Oh, this is annoying. But yeah, now I just kind of add up the running profits, and then I just did some finagling so that it returns the best index instead of just the profit or the most profit. And I was ready to submit at this point, to be honest, but I really missed a bad test case, which is that you can still have people waiting at the end, and and it's still. And I forgot to keep track of current. What did I do? Oh yeah, I was trying to think. Maybe I need to simulate the people getting off. But then I was like, actually, I don't need it. And I probably could have just deleted the queue code. But I was like, this is not really needed. But I do need to. And I actually made a mistake here as well, where I don't subtract from current. But I was getting wrong answers, and I was like, oh yeah. I have to keep track of people after the fact. So yeah, so that's basically what's going through my mind. But yeah, I was also up by 1 because you have to count the first one as 1 spin. But now I'm just writing a easy, lazy loop to kind of keep track of that. And to be honest, you probably I thought that at this time I thought that I could have used the formula, but I thought I looked at the constraint at some point, like maybe 10 seconds ago, and I was like, I don't think I need a formula, but it's probably cutting it close, to be honest. But sometimes on these things, I guess you're better lucky than good. Otherwise, it's, sometimes it happens. But, today I was lucky and it worked well. And but not quite yet, because I forgot to subtract 4 from the customers. So that's why it was time limit exceeded. So that was very fortunate for me, because I've messed up something here. Actually, and again, technically I should be current minus subtract getting on. Oh, I do fix that. I thought maybe I had a typo. I mean, either way, I think it doesn't matter because you're greedy, but you know, it's still nice to fix that. Yay, Q2. So Q3 drone inheritance. This is again. Hey, thanks for watching. Let me know what you have about these problems. Hit the like button to subscribe and join me in Discord. And it's been a very lucky contest for me, so if I'm a little too giddy, anyway, I'll see y'all next problem. Bye bye.